Hello, my name is Minigame and welcome to my guide for the 2023 Wildlife Event Minigame. Now, the last 2 years I've used the same minigame guide I made for the first wildlife event, and this time around it's no different. I've been quite busy in real life, and also in terms of the minigame, nothing has changed these last years, so it's still as accurate as it was back then. I have updated it slightly though, with some more up-to-date numbers where relevant. This year I also have a written guide as well as a video on event strategies, so check those out in the description. Alright, without further ado, here's my minigame guide. So, starting with the basics. To play a game you need a ticket, which you can get from quests, incidents, and every 8 hours. Your main source of tickets will be these free ones, so I do recommend that you always have fewer than 4 tickets on your hand. I also recommend that you pick up all your incidents. You can get some coins and perhaps a ticket here and there, though in beta the chance was very low for tickets. Moving on to the minigame, your main goal is to drop these paws down to the bottom of the board. Now these paws, they spawn randomly throughout the game, and your main job is to get them to the bottom. Now the way you do that is by popping blocks. For each game you have 25 turns, and with each turn you can pop one group of blocks. A group is 2 or more blocks of the same color, and to pop it you simply click on it. Now when you do, the group will disappear as you saw. All blocks above them will drop down, and more blocks or possibly paws are spawned to fill in the empty spaces at the top. If a group has 5 or more of the same color, as you can see here, you will get a chest. Now the chests, they vary in value depending on how big the group of blocks are, from a 1-star rating for 5 blocks to a 5-star rating here for 9 or more blocks. Now the high rated chest will naturally give you better rewards with a higher chance of getting the daily special. When you pop a group of 5 or more blocks, the chest itself will spawn behind the block you clicked on. So for larger groups, as you can see here, the chest itself will spawn behind the block you clicked on. So if I clicked here, the chest would spawn here and drop down here. If I clicked here, the chest would spawn up here and will drop down here. And if I clicked on any of these, the chest would drop down either here if I clicked on one of these 3 and so on. So be careful about where you drop the chest. Now my recommendation is that you primarily focus on getting the paws down to the bottom. Now, besides tickets to play the minigame, the second currency of the event is coins. Now with these coins you can do 2 things. First of all, you can buy 10 additional moves for 65 coins when you are out of moves. And I'll show you that at the end of the video. Now I recommend doing this when you know you can get at least 2 additional paws by using those extra moves, though preferably more as well. With the free currency, you can buy extra moves around 20 times, so around once every 4 to 5 games. The second way to spend your coins is for boosters. There are 3 types of boosters. The hammer allows you to remove 1 block. The windmill changes 4 adjacent blocks to the color of the block you used it on. And lightning removes all the blocks of the same color. Now these can be really powerful, but you will not have a lot of them. You start with 5 hammers, 2 windmills and 1 lightning, and to get more you have to buy them. And they are really expensive. I recommend using your coins for additional moves. The boosters are simply too expensive. For example, the big booster pack will cost you around 90% of your total coins, so I recommend spending your coins on extra moves. Anyways, if you decide not to buy any more boosters, you want to be really patient with the boosters you get for free. As you can see here, I have used all by now. Now you only get 8 boosters for free, and spreading those across 90 games is around 1 every 10 to 12 games. So only really use them in situations where you know you will get a lot of paws by using them. That's the basics, and with those out of the way, let's talk strategy. Hello, this is Minigame in the edit. I made 2 takes of this video, and the game portion from the first take was much better than the one I was about to show, so enjoy that one instead, and if you want to see the rest of this game, it is at the end of the video, so enjoy. The basic strategy is quite simple: make a plan and then execute it. But knowing what to do can be quite tricky at first, so let me use this game as an example of how I play, and hopefully I'll be able to share most of the tricks I've learned along the way. So the first thing you want to do is have a look at the board and check how you can drop down each of the available paws to the bottom. So the first paw here can be dropped down by breaking this block, which can be done by getting one of these green ones down here. This paw here, you need to remove all of these here. That looks a little bit tricky as well. And this one here, removed by removing these blue ones and then getting a green tile next here. So we've got a tricky board here, so now we need to make a plan on how to do that. Sorry for that. Alright, so after thinking about this board for, I don't know, a couple of minutes, this is probably one of the trickiest boards I've ever seen so far. But I have found a strategy that will work, and I'll try to walk you through it. So, hello, this is Mooncat in the edit again. I didn't really do a good job of explaining my plan, so I thought I'd do it again here. So, my plan was this. In order to get this one down, I'm able to drop these immediately. And if I'm able to remove these 3 blocks here, I would be able to remove these orange ones as well, as this would drop down here, and I could remove these. So if I'm able to remove these, then I'm able to drop this one down. And here I notice that I have 2 green ones here and 2 blue ones here. So if I removed this one, if I was able to do that, then these blue ones would be aligned, these green ones would be aligned, and I'd be able to remove both of these and all of the other ones to drop this one down. So my plan was to get rid of this one, and you can see that there is a red one here. So my plan was to drop this red one down here, and that was easily enough to do. If I removed these orange ones and these yellow ones, this green one would drop down there, and the red one would drop down there. So that way I could remove the red ones, and then blue, and then green. And then I noticed, at the same time, kind of coincidentally, this block would drop down there. This blue block would drop down there. That means that this red one and this red one could be removed. And if I removed this blue one here, with this blue one, this green block up here would drop down here again. And after I removed these red ones, the green block would drop down there. And I'd be able to get this paw as well. So that was my plan. And here is me executing that plan. So here goes nothing. So that's the first step. Second step. Like that. We got a chest. That's nice. So I'll drop this one down here. I drop this. I drop this. This one. This one. This one, so there's the first paw. And then you can probably see my plan. I'll drop these, I'll drop this one down here, and there we go. So now we were able to drop both of those, and that was a really tricky situation. Most of the times it'll not be that difficult. So now the second challenge is this one, and here is a relatively frequent problem. How do I get this down? Now the blue one here I'm able to destroy with no problem, but the green one here requires me to get one green block either on this side or on this side, and that can be quite challenging. So what I'll do is that I will first break these, see if we can get a green block up here. We can. Alright, so that's quite nice. So now with the green block here, if we can drop this one down to the bottom, we'll be able to get this one, and that shouldn't be too hard, and it isn't too hard as you can see here. So I didn't really do a good job of explaining here either. So here is my plan. I could remove this, and then this yellow one of course. And then if I removed these green blocks here, these orange ones would drop down, which allowed me to remove these orange ones. Then these red ones here, all of this would drop down, this green one would drop down there, and I'd be able to drop this paw. So the first thing I'll do is that I will break, I'll break this. And there we go, there we have another paw, and that's really cool because we can drop this one down as well at the same time. Now I think what I'll do here, I'll just follow my original plan. So my original plan was to need to break this one as well. Then I'll drop this one down here to remove this orange block here. Then I'll remove these here, and these will drop down. But before I do so, now that we got a new paw up here, I want to first see, can I drop this down, and should I wait with breaking these blocks until I have dropped this down? So let's see if it's possible to drop this down. Now I'm able to remove this block. I can remove these and these red ones here. I can remove these. So then it's a question of these two. Now I can remove this one. So I need to get a blue one either up here or on this row here. And I think what I'll do is that I will break these here, and hopefully I'll get a blue block here. If I do, I'm able to get this one down as well. So let's see if that works first. Blue. Ah, it did. Nice. All right, so let's go for it. Yeah, let's go for it. So I'll break that. I'll break these, and now I need to be careful. I'm able to choose where I want the chest, and I don't want it to drop here because that would break this thing. So I think I'll just pop it here. I will not get it down anyways. So let's continue. Drop that one down. These ones down. And now let's go for it. So first of all, we need to drop these ones down, these chests. There we go. Now we can break these green ones here. And then finally, with 2 more moves left, we can go for it. Now, let's say in this situation here, I have 1 move left. I am completely out of coins, so I'm not able to buy extra moves. What I could do, if I needed to, I could simply exit out of the game, work on some quests to get more coins, and then come back when I have more coins and resume the game. So that's one really important thing to keep in mind. But yeah, in this situation, didn't really need that. And same thing here. I can't exit out, but if I reload the game and I go back in, you can see that I'm still here. So a little trick to keep in mind, if you are out of moves and you want to continue, simply exit out of the game and you can resume again afterwards, because you can't simply exit out. Not quite sure if that's intentional or not, but you can at least use it if you come to this situation. So let's end the level, and there you have it. Hopefully that gave you an idea of how I play this game. So the first thing you want to do is have a look at the board and check how you can drop each of the paws down to the bottom. And fortunately, this is probably one of the easiest games I've had. This paw here will be dropped down by removing these red blocks here. These paws will be removed by dropping this blue block here, which will be dropped if I drop first these and then this one down here. And then this one here will be dropped if I remove these as well. So this is a really bad example, but hopefully once I've done that, I'll get some trickier ones that I can show you. So let's go ahead. Let's remove this one first. And there you can see the chest was placed there. Wow, this is a really crazy example. We do have a little interesting situation there, but before I do that, let me just continue with my original plan over here. So I'll drop that. I'll drop these, so now we get 2 more paws. There we go, and then I can drop this for some more additional paws. Yeah, here we go. So now we have at least somewhat of an interesting situation, although this one is really simple as well. So in order to drop these paws, you can see that the blue ones here and the blue ones here are really easy to pop. I can do that already, but this one is a single block, so I cannot pop it, I cannot click it. So what I need to do is I need to get a red block on either side of it so that I'm able to remove them. And luckily here, all I need to do is pop these, and then I can pop these as well, and I can do all of these blue ones at the same time. This was really a poor example of how tricky this game can be, because this is, I don't know, it might even be my best game so far. Alright, so let's see if we can get some more paws into the game. I think I'll drop this one first, see if I can get any paws up here. Nope. So I'll just try to get this chest up to the bottom, and let's assume this is up 4 for now. So to get this to the bottom, I need to break all of these blocks down here, which might be a little bit tricky at first, but I think it's quite simple. So I'll just go ahead and do it. So first thing, I'll remove these. As you see, this will allow me to get this a chest as well, to break all of these. I'll place the chest down below here so that I can drop that as well. So I need to remove these, and then I need to remove the yellow one. And to remove the yellow one, I need a yellow one on either side. And the easiest way to do that is to drop this one down. So I'll drop that down there, and down there. And now we get another yellow one. But as you can see here, if I do that, just on the other side, I get a huge one here. So another 5-star chest. Hopefully I'll get another paw so that I can do some more thinking, but no, it seems like this is all about chests this time. Yeah, this is all about chests, so I'll simply just drop down the chests and yeah, do that. This is and Sentinel Outpost. It's a really good game, which makes it kind of a poor game to show for this video. I do have another. Sorry. I do have another game that I did just before this. I might show that one instead. But yeah, I'll do that. So if you see this, then hi. Not sure if I'm going to use this clip at all, but let's continue dropping these down and see. Okay, there we go. We have one final paw. Are we able to drop that down with the remaining moves? No, we are not, because in order to do that, I would have to remove this one. I do have two candidates up here to remove this, but it'll take too many moves, so I'm not able to do that. So what I'll do is that I will drop some chests. Some chests instead, so I'll do that. I'll get a chest here. I'll drop these, and then a final chest here. And there we go, 2 more chests, perhaps one more sentinel. No, an AA, and no, some medals. Alright, there we go. That's my minigame guide for the wildlife minigame. As I mentioned in the beginning, I also have a written guide and a video on strategies, both linked in the description. I will also link a playlist with videos from past years where I talk through my thinking process as I complete the minigame. You might find it helpful. Alright, before I end, let me thank my Patreons. I would like to thank Homestar, Lorden, Kim Kelly, Rolf the 8th, Dan Chimrad, Chanti, Hecate, Dark Matter, Maelia, Merrick B, Hugo Count von Count, Drew the Generous, Susan Weiss, Rago, Spark from the Remorse, Merthen Embris, Flavius the Avenger, Ashborn, Arkler, Nova, Juber, Ninja Alin, Henrik der Erklärbe, Mattia, Ararel, Mike, Opshi the Obsessed, Atomic, Ruth, Karen, Flavius Belsarius, Dennis, Stampe, and Podger. Thanks a lot for your support, thanks for watching, take care, and I will see you in the future.